Hello everybody, how you doing? A warm welcome back. In Discord, it's been eventful. I can say that. Think I found a bug, but I'm not sure if it's maybe with Navigraph causing the issue. Not really sure. Anyway, I'm doing a flight in North America. I've been trying to do this flight into Romania. And anytime I go to change the runway, it locks up the FMC and just, yeah, everything is like kind of toasty. Don't know, I filed the log report with Flight Factor, so we'll see. Anyway, this is version 2.2.20. A bunch of stuff is in here now. Hoppy integration for ACARs and CP DLC. As far as if you're connecting to VATSIM.
Clear left,
And
clear right.
iVow. I don't know about Pilot Edge. Don't quote me on that. We're going to stop around here. I've already contacted the purser. Why are you not on? So that's all good. Now we have sunscreens now. See, all my bitching and complaining paid off. No, not off. I want you on. Taxi light I don't need on, though. Do that. What time has it got in here? Is it not real time? Wrong page. Make sure it's on the right one. 777 done. Cool. Flight configuration. Customize, track real world time, done, apply changes. I'm not using Ortho for this flight. I don't want stuff interfering. And so, as I said, they have already been notified. And here we go. We are at Boise Air Terminal in Boise, Idaho. Doing a flight up to you know where. We're going to YVR.
Approaching 28 right.
Using the aircraft's built-in runway awareness system.
Approaching 28 right.
Yeah, you didn't need to tell me twice, darling.
Clear left, clear right.
And here we go. This thing turns on a dime. It's awesome.
On runway 28 right.
Perfectly almost dead on center. Could have let it go just a little more. Take my load sheet out and put it over on the side there. And here we go. We're doing flat 15, slightly derated takeoff. Forward pressure on the stick. 80 knots, neutral by 100. Rotate. Onto the freight, gear up. Still haven't set up camera views because the aircraft keeps updating, and every time it does. Okay, you don't, well, that doesn't need to beg that hard, but okay. I think that's a little harsh, but okay. And I think we can get to flaps 1 now. This has been fleshed out some more. And I am using Simheaven. So you're getting much more variation with the houses and that. I just don't fly over here enough. You know, I've mentioned it many, many times. Oh, that's interesting. Usually you can click here and it turns it sideways so you can actually read it. I mean, technically I could, but there you go. You can see there's a load sheet. Last minute changes. Not really anything. Takeoff fuel. We got some extra passengers and 1,000 pounds of extra cargo. Max zero fuel weight is 29.6, but the MAC is 32.1. I have 32 in the FMC. And flaps clean. There you go. You can see where we're going. 294 packs are on board. 2 crew. Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. But that's fine. I'll let them have their moment in the sun. And so far, the VNAV is working perfectly fine. These can all come off. That click spot may be just a tick too big. Yeah, like why did it go off when I clicked that? Put you to auto so people can get up. And yes, this all works. You can move the seats. Allow the first officer to get in. Put it back. We'll hold off on requesting coffee. And let's go back. Let's go to the menu. Well, come here. Airplane. Cabin controls. Cabin lights. Make sure I'm on the right one. Here we go. Well, 16%. That should be pretty good. And there we go. Back. Back to the menu. Back to the airplane. Nothing going on because I'm not repairing anything. Obviously, I'm in the air. Uneventful. Just the way I like it. At some point I'll turn off the tooltips and seeing what the purser says down here. Should we go outside? Well, there we are. Ship 4. Very nice. I have payware liveries for this aircraft. Created by Flight Factor themselves. A lot of people really hate it. Here is the thing and what my thinking is. One, it was Labor Day. They were on sale for like 33% off or 50% off, like something like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'll throw them $5. I mean, what the hell? You know. No big deal. I mean, you can barely buy, you can't even buy a newspaper and a cup of coffee. So I picked up ones for Asia, Air India and stuff like that, Beeman Air. They come in packs, So I got the Asia pack and the Far East pack. For some reason, Air China and Japan Airlines is the Far East. I guessed in the Asia pack. Has like Air India in it. Okay. There's also a Middle East pack, a North American pack. I believe there's a South American pack, a Europe pack, and that. But here was my main reason for it. One, it's made by the people who made the aircraft. Two, we all know that, people create stuff and then, life circumstances change. You don't have the time anymore to be updating stuff every time an aircraft gets an update or X-plane changes something. Like right now, the ultraviolet layer on liveries has changed in X-plane. So there's a lot of liveries that they still look okay, but they look just a tiny bit up. It's because the UV layer in like Blender or whatever, and it's changed within X-plane 12. You need to update that layer to now make it, X-plane 12 point, what is it, 1.2.beta 2? Something like that. 12.2.1 beta 2, I don't know. I've so many betas and stuff, got me going crazy. So, I mean, that's all been fine and dandy. So these get updated anytime the aircraft gets updated, if they need it. At least that's what they said. We will see. The other thing is with them, the United's a default livery, comes with the aircraft as well as like pure white. The other thing is, there's also a 300 of this coming out at some point, and there'll be a 200 LR. This is the ER. Then there's the LR. The same liveries work on the LR as the ER. They scale with the aircraft automatically. So I don't need to buy new liveries when the LR comes out. And I don't have to hope that the person that made, an add-on livery, not that I'm not thankful to add-on creators, I am. Okay, but things are moving quite quickly. We've got realistic marine traffic now. I was in Seoul, Incheon. It was astonishing seeing all the ships in Seoul Harbor. And I mean container ships, like steel or iron ore sort of grain container ships, LNG, sailboats, catamarans, smaller speedboats, multi-million-dollar private yachts, like all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. You see them blinking in the night when they put down anchor for the night in a cove or a bay or, kind of thing. It's awesome. So things are constantly changing, progressing, except Active Sky or X-Enviro, which, because they keep changing the weather engine. Obviously, I live in the West Coast, and from looking at like maps, this is accurate, this weather. It's clear as a bell. I think it's going up to 27 Celsius tomorrow. Clear skies. We did have some rain, but look, we needed it. Boy, big time. We had about 5-6 days of rain and much cooler temperatures. 19 Celsius, it's like those firefighters needed that. So I'm grateful for that. Plus I hate heat, so I have all kinds of fans blowing on me right now. 26 Celsius isn't hot, I don't care, I hate heat. Anything over 22 is annoying to me. That's me. Anyway, I'm going to continue to fly up. Can I do that? I think I can. Can we do this? You can see the ambient lighting, and I turned down some of the lighting. I turned up some of the lighting ambient in the kitchen. First class, business class, all kind of in one area. And such. Yes, the lavatories do open. Yeah, good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you. I'm on the flight. It's pretty cool. No, nothing in here. Does something in here? There's something clickable here. But, oh, I wonder if I just turned the faucet on. And then, of course, you've got the economy section, which is, you know, on any aircraft. The most. Oh, that's kind of cool. Got your little iPad thing for entertainment. Be cool if it said here, like United, Boeing 777-200ER. I'm going to be honest, a lot of these planes do have that. They will have like the logo of the airline and the type of aircraft that you're on. You only get these little guys? I'm in a 3-class configuration. And then, of course, economy. Now, there's different classes of economy. Let's see if we can see the back of a chair. Do any of them have in-flight? Yeah, they do. And remote control, so that's kind of cool. You got your power plugs. No, they don't come down. Not that I care. You got your in-flight manuals and everything else. It's not bad. I mean, in all fairness. There we go. Yeah. Here we are, and hot spot here. And we're just climbing up. What speed do you want me cruising at? Y240. Well, okay, I mean, that's quite a ways away. We'll see what our Mach speed's going to be. I didn't set too high a, you know what? Let's do 360. Execute. And of course we will adjust this. There's no point going up to 40. This thing travels pretty quick. So what I'm gonna do for you know, I'll bring you back and we'll see how she handles the descent and all that. there's top and descent. So I'll bring you back in a little bit, and then we'll try and do a landing. I haven't been flying for weeks and weeks. Some things never change, though. I hope y'all had a great long weekend and everything else like that, and you survived it and got through it. You're in good health, good spirits. The kids are back at school. Yay! Actually, I'm upset. I love hearing the kids playing and all that, so I'm not upset. It's just, it's a lot quieter and sadder. I love listening to the kids playing for that. What do we got weather-wise? 3020. Okay, I'll bring you back. See you in a little bit. And welcome back, y'all. I posted that screenshot, but Mount Rainier over there. Don't forget, I'm not using any terrain modification. This is default XP12. And having been there and climbed part of it, that is pretty accurate. It's not a straight up shot kind of thing. It could use a little more, perhaps, but it's very much looks a lot like Mount Fuji, in all honesty. So we're coming up top of descent. Rena. Progress. What was the one I wanted? Progress. It's a 2 nautical miles to top of descent. Let's see how she does. Will I have to initiate with flight level change? Nope, it's doing it on its own. And that is fine. I altered the flight plan as well, because I hate that, you know, or above or below kind of thing. No. I think we'll put the speed brake out just a little bit. Get us back on track, if you will. And there we are.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 3022.
I don't know where that comes from, but yeah. I don't know if X-Plane is doing that itself or not. It's not the aircraft. I know that because I get the same thing when I'm in the Zevo and that. I don't have XenViro running for the weather. No, I don't have the white dot beside it. So that's not loaded. And the X-Rash is built into the aircraft. You don't see X-Rash listed here. It's causing issues with the Zevo for me. That doesn't look all that bad, shall we? Since it seems to be doing fine. Doesn't look bad. You know, some of the tops very rocky, like, you know, like stone looking and that, which is accurate. The aircraft has phenomenal sounds. Like, you know, respectable frame rate. You know, I don't have the most powerful PC. You know, I don't have like a 3070 or whatever like George has got. And we're also, you know, Seattle, where it went. Oh, damn, I turned it around the wrong way, dang it. No, that's wrong. Go. No, go there. There you go. Now you're cooking with gas, kid.
Attention all aircraft.
Like Seattle's out over there.
3007.
Well, it's not making much of a difference even if I look the other way. We'll definitely need these. For when I'm coming in. Might need this one too. There we go. So at this point, I'm just letting the aircraft do what it wants. What I did was, if it said 10,000, I'm like, I've only got like 4 or 5, but like, you know, this was like 14,000 or above or something like that. And it's like, no. You know, no, below 14,000, but above 11. No. You're going to be at 11 because otherwise it'll want to do 14, and I'm not dealing with that. I do have a vector that I'm going to have to do. I don't know what this line is, unless that's the missed approach. I'm not sure. Could be. We just had our crew meal, and we got fresh cups of coffee brought up. I don't know if they got it in the back. Yeah, they did too. Very immersive, this aircraft. Luckily, I was chosen to be able to get this aircraft before it was available to the general public. So it's only going to continue to go up in price as it progresses to full release. It's basically going to cost the same as a Tolus. As I don't own a Tolus, I can't say, you know, which one is going to be better. I do love Airbus, but Boeing is growing on me. I've always enjoyed flying the Zebo, even back in the X-Plane 11 days. I actually prefer it over the PMDG, myself personally. You know, it taking them forever to get a tablet into that, like, just unforgivable, inexcusable. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that should be clear. Like more like clear. Because you need to be able to see aircraft that might be out there. Let's put the sunglasses on. How's that? That'll help. They need to fix this with the lighting kind of thing. That's an X-Plane thing. It's either too bright, but then if you put on the sunglasses, the displays are a little too dark for my liking. We're under profile. We are doing fine. We're on speed. I mean, I think it's awesome. Awesome. Oh, is that my rain there? I don't know. I don't fly over here. I live out here and I don't even know. But I mean, that looks pretty good. You know, there's multiple mountains out here, obviously. I wonder if that's Mount Washington or something. I don't know, but it's nice. As to whether or not it would have snow on it right now, I'm not so sure. Well, you know, we only had, this summer was kind of weird on the West Coast. At least up here in British Columbia, on the coast, and even in the valley. We had about 2.5 weeks where it was just way too hot. Like, you couldn't find a cloud for about 2.5 weeks to save your life. But that was about it. Other than that, it's been like 22, 23, you know, the odd day maybe at 25. But the temperature drops off as you go up, obviously. We had a pretty rainy winter last year, so the snow cap on some of the higher elevations got pretty decent snow. Local ski hills, not so much. So just Simheaven working, which just does the Autogen, like buildings and such like that. It doesn't do anything for terrain really or whatever. It does make sure the forests are in the right place, I believe. And the beautiful thing about it is it does change with the seasons naturally. But not if you use Ortho. That is the downside to Ortho. There is a hack to get it to actually work and have it changed, but from what I understand, it can also, on some people's PCs, make it kind of unstable. And for me, I'm not a graphics person. I'm much more about the fidelity of the aircraft, the integration of systems, and everything else like that. Because unless I'm making a video, I never use this view. Well, unless I'm lost. Like, that doesn't look bad. You know? Like, that doesn't look bad at all. I mean, would it look better maybe in Microsoft? Well, maybe. But I just don't care, because for me, I'm always in this view. Now, the important part, of course, is will you adhere to the speed restrictions? That is a far more important thing. We have long enough runway on 2.6. We're landing 2.6 left, by the way. I think auto brake 2 will be perfectly fine. Most Boeing pilots will tell you if you're going to do 2, you may as well do 4. You know, or 3. Like, the difference between 1 to 2 is like so minimal. It's like either go to 1 or go to 3. Now, in reality, they would be on max auto. Because they just want to get off the runway. I think that's a little harsh. We don't need auto brake 4. Let's do 3. Maybe then we can get off by midfield. That'll make it a little easier. You know, I've got the reversers. The reversers on this work really well. The brakes work really well. Thing with a 777, much like the 7.4, 7.4 is a bit more exaggerated, is you're a lot higher than you think. like when you're sitting in the pilot seat. So the gear is hanging a lot lower. So you're looking out and you think, oh, I still got another 40, 50 feet to go. No, you really don't. You got about 5 or 10. And the wheels are going to touch down. That is one thing that really throws you for a loop when you fly these bigger aircraft, is your eyes deceive you. You need to go by your, what your callouts are saying. If it says you're 10 feet over the runway and you're looking out and going, no, not, I'm like 50 feet over the runway. No, you're sitting 40 feet in the air. The runway is 10 feet below you. Vancouver, I don't know what it is. Always kills frame rate somewhat, and I don't know why. It's not like it's exceptionally unique terrain. There's stuff like this everywhere in Europe. And as far as this goes, all these multitudes of islands and that, do you know how many islands there are in Japan or Korea? Thousands. Thousands and thousands of them. So I've never quite understood that. By the way, these are the Gulf Islands, just so you know. Not quite Bill Gates money or something like that, but I mean, you need some pretty decent money if you want to live on some of these islands. Like, same with the Sunshine Coast, which is more up to the north. Along the coast, sort of Squamish Way, and go into place like Texada, Pender Harbor, and stuff. It's it's beautiful. And it has more sunny days. It's called the Sunshine Coast for a reason. Okay, so the weather has updated. Runway is still the same. Here we go. And we need 3019. Boom. There we go. We'll get that. The backup instrument to approach. This will function if we ever lose this. We still have speed, altitude, and the ILS readout. So far, it's doing quite lovely. So as I said, this is version 2.2.20. Came out this morning. First flight in it. I'll get some camera views at some point. I'm just like been reading. Well, I was reading even more. You're not going to believe this, Kit. I had a week from heck last week. I was so looking forward to the long weekend. And had to take a train into downtown and then go out and take they call it the Sky Train. It's an unmanned rail system that runs in Vancouver. And I had to take it out actually towards the airport where we're going to be landing. And I fell asleep on the train. And I woke up just as the train was literally already braking at the place I needed to get off. I had put my book on the Silk Road on the chair beside me while I slept because it wasn't really all that busy. Because everybody's going into Vancouver. I'm coming out of Vancouver after taking the West Coast Express into down by the water where the seaplanes take off and that. And yeah, and it's like grab my knapsack, the doors had just opened, and it's like I'm running towards the door to make sure I get off. And I left the book on the seat. Went to the Lost and Found after I had my appointment and that, but nobody turned it in, not surprising. Mostly because there's a lot of Chinese and Asian people and that live out in Richmond, British Columbia. Out over here. Well, it's up there a bit, but you know what I mean. I can't tell because of this. Let me see. Here's the North Shore. There's the airport. This is Richmond. And Lulu Island and all that. So I was going here, and the West Coast Express runs down here into downtown. And then there's multiple SkyTrain lines that run out into the valley over to Port Coquitlam and stuff like that over here. And there's another one that was built for the Olympics that runs from downtown core right by the West End. You catch it here, and it comes out to Richmond. That's all UBC. That's Stanley Park and that. UBC, University of British Columbia, the Endowment Lands, Pacific Rim National Park over there. Awesome park. Also a nudist beach, Wreck Beach, not far from there. And it still goes to this day. The city doesn't say a thing about it at all. Not getting that, are you actually out? Yeah, you are, okay. Oh, that is awesome image. Let's call the purser.
Sir.
Prepare for landing.
Affirmative.
We'll make sure those things did turn on. We'll just sort of get it primed up. Absolutely gorgeous view. Drag required. Yeah, I've got the drag out. For some reason it's not. Remember how it gave me a warning that the speed brake was out? Now it's not. That's why I went outside to check. Oh, now you give it to me. It's been out for the last minute. What is my runway heading? I should know this. 263. Like I said, I haven't been flying at all. Whoa. That was lucky. And we'll continue down to 3,000. We can go out for this. There we go. That is Boundary Bay Airport, you can always tell. It's a perfect triangle. All runways are the exact same length. It's quite awesome. Those, I believe, are Amazon warehouses. That or it's greenhouses, one of the two. There we go, there's some ships. Reality, there probably would be a bit more. Some sailboats, yeah, definitely. I have to extend the downwind a little bit, like out over to here. Then I'll make the left, so I'm not really worried about this, the vertical deviation. Awesome. North Shore Mountains, there is no snow on them right now, so that is pretty accurate in all honesty. But they held on for a good long time this year. Oh, it's warning me about the altitude. Autopilot is on. Oh, maybe it's because I changed the altitude there. And now we are going to do this. Just a little more and you execute. Now I'm going to do some speed intervention. You don't want me to. Okay. Interesting. That kind of messed up. What's one? That was weird. Maybe I shouldn't have messed with that. Or I should have just set it to 3,000 to start with. Anyways, I will file that bug so Den Rain can take a look at it. We'll clear that. Kind of interesting. I had to cycle the autopilot and auto throttle. But it's not the only aircraft I've had to do that over the years. I had to do it in the 737-600 from PMDG as well at one point. We have 14 miles, so we have lots of time. What were my VREFs again? 134. We will let it slow down on its own nicely. We have the loc. We're on altitude hold, so we're fine. And then I'll hit approach button. We should be good. Now, whether or not I can get it, why this is 32, I have no idea. It makes no sense. It happens in Vancouver all the time. Happened in P3D, happened in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't know why. Wait till it's below that first diamond is what I typically do. You always want to capture the glide slope when you're below it. Do not do it the second you're on it, because you can overshoot. And it's completely clear, and we're good. Glide slope is captured, 135. We'll go straight to flaps 5. And then to flaps 20. Flaps 25. Auto throttle off. Making sure they're active and in sync. Well, we're not fully configured. I don't have gear down yet. Four miles. Gear up. Ah, that is a beautiful sight. I am not going to lie. You can't tell me those mountains look bad. The city's drawn there. That's Brentwood Town Center, if I recall. My aircraft. They said they gave us a bit more control over the pitch trim, so that's cool. There we go.
Approaching 26 left.
Huh. Come on, baby.
500.
Confirm.
$400.
My throttles have so much lag in them. 2 white, 2 red. attempting to come back on
300.
localizer.
Approaching minimums.
Gear down 3 green. Runway is clear and identified.
200.
Landing.
Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to Vancouver. Reverse green. Manual braking. Reverser scope. And, yeah, we could back taxi on runway 31, why not? Why are you still in reverse? Oh, the reversers are locked up. Did you go off now? There we go. You know, part of me wants to say that's an issue, but in all honesty, I think that's more my throttles are dying. One of the things that happens when you make videos like almost non-stop, in the beginning during the pandemic, I was making videos like 3-4 times a day some days. You know, and you overuse your equipment. This kind of thing happens, unfortunately, and it wears out. And I mean, it's not like, yeah, we'll go along Lima. Runway's not in use, so it's not really an issue, but we'll leave all the lights and that on. Get the taxi lights on. We don't need, yeah, the click spot's a little bad. Get you started up. And we can monitor that right here. Yeah, she's spooling up. That's nice. Anyway, that was probably one of my better landings and approaches, actually. Got off a bit, for sure. But got it back on track fairly well. You know, I'm not going to say it was immaculate, but it got the job done. How's that? And there we go. We'll go on to Lima. And we can get the strobes off, landing lights off, because we are not, like, I don't know how that's triggering that. That's kind of weird. Just saying. Oh, I missed my turn off. Oh well. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this. Let you see the flaps coming up. These are the de-icing pads, just in case you're curious what these spots are over here. This is where planes are de-iced. Which, you know, Vancouver doesn't get a lot of snow, but you'd be surprised how many days it's raining and it's just cold enough. It's like 3 degrees Celsius in winter and it's raining. You need to get de-iced. It's as simple as that.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And that, again, hope you all had a great long weekend and everything. They updated some of the airports. That's looking pretty good. What are those? Electric vehicle charging stations? Oh, maybe, yeah, for propane or something. I don't know. Default airport. Looks perfectly fine to me, folks. There's the hotel, the Westin. It looks fine to me. I don't see a need to buy a payware one. And that.
Clear left.
Anyways,
Clear right.
you know, we'll see you in the Discord and talk to you again soon. And all that. And, you know, take care. God bless. You know, keep the blue side up. And we'll see you in the skies at some point. Yeah, I enjoyed this flight. Hope you did too. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.